What's up, guys? Matt Murphy back here at sticklibrary.com. Couple new things we're going to talk about. I want you to keep in mind, though, everything that we have talked about up to this point. So the stick grip, stick mechanics. We've also talked about basic notation, which is quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes. What I'd like to be able to show you now is going to be a ton of fun for you guys, and that's your ability to be able to create a groove on the drum set. And to do this, I'm going to implement a timekeeping device called a metronome. So let's go ahead and build this groove. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to start with our right hand to build this, since for most of us our right hand is our lead hand. So I'm going to do a right hand on my hi-hat, and what I'm going to do with this metronome is I'm going to mimic the cowbell, okay? The cowbell is going to be playing an eighth note, so we just play right on top of that. Real simple. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Sounds good. Okay, so the next step is to add 1 and 3 on our right foot, okay? So as you're counting in your head, you're going to be counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. While you're playing the hi-hat on all of those eighth notes, you're going to be putting, when you say 1 and when you say 3, you're going to be putting in the bass drum. So let's do that. I'm going to give you a couple measures of just the hi-hat with the metronome, and then I'm going to add the bass drum in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to add a third limb. So we've got 2 limbs happening right now, our right foot and our right hand, okay? Now we're going to add our left hand on the snare drum on counts 2 and 4. So as you're counting, you've got 1 and 3 on the bass drum, and then opposite of that on the snare drum on 2 and 4. So once again, I'm going to build it, start with my right hand, add my right foot, then add my left hand. Then we've got a groove happening already. So I encourage you guys to play along with me as I do this. It's going to help you out a lot. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. We're going to go ahead and hit this exercise one more time. We're going to build the groove again, limb by limb, but we're going to increase the tempo just a little bit. So again, I encourage you to play along with me. As you build your dexterity, we'll be able to increase the tempo even more. But play along with me on this. We're going to increase it just a pinch. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Same exact exercise, we're going to kick that tempo up just a little bit more. One, 2, 3, and 4, and. We started this whole exercise at 108. We've built up to 120, and let's see how that feels. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Now, when I'm giving you the metronome markings, that's the 8th note. So the 8th note went from 108 to 120. Let's move it up just a little bit higher. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Once again, even faster. We are at 8th note equals 132 at this point. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Once again, just a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Thanks for joining me on this lesson, guys. My name is Matt Murphy with StickLibrary.com. I'm looking forward to seeing you on our next one. Thanks a lot.